Don't blink. Hi friends, I haven't talked to you in a while. It's been quite a few days. I really had a wonderful time at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, but I just haven't fully thought through all my thoughts, I guess. So I think I'll do a bit more reflecting. Like, it was very, I would say, like, emotionally intense. It was wonderful. Like, as an introvert though, it was a lot of people at once, but I've had really great conversations and yeah, but there's lots to think about, I guess. So not really quite ready to fully reflect on that. But I guess for now, I would say I'd love to come back again next year. And I got a lot of really nice yarns, which I will, like, I did buy a few more things after the initial haul I did on the first day, so I'll do maybe a full proper sit down and show you everything, and it kind of maybe talk about why I was interested in trying it, because I think most of the yarns I bought had kind of interesting bases that I wanted to try. A lot of mohairs though, which is, of course, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing with those just yet, but I'm excited to be knitting those up. You know what? I didn't really have a plan before I jumped on this video. Today I took a few trains. Originally I thought I would stay longer, I think, in all of the different places, but I was so tired. I went into Linlithgow Castle or Palace, and I wandered around. Is it Palace or Castle? Well, I wandered around and saw the rooms, but you know, there wasn't a lot of stuff in the rooms, so there wasn't, like, I felt like once I did one of the towers, that was pretty much it. I decided not to go into Stirling Castle. By the time I got there, because it was quite a few hills, you would have seen all the clips of me being like, by the time I got there, I was too tired to fully enjoy it. My feet are in a lot of pain from the last few days, so I decided I would just see it from the outside and then turn around, and I ended up going to this little cafe, which was really cute. It was in, like, this very old building that apparently belonged to the husband of Mary, Queen of Scots. Is that correct? I think it was. I read a sign on it and I totally forgot. So that was neat. It was very beautiful, and there was a group of people in there chatting and laughing, so it was nice to kind of people watching. And then, so anyway, I ended up taking the train up to Perth maybe 2 hours earlier than I had anticipated, so I arrived around 5, and I was so tired, I just took a nap. I put on the TV, and then I was trying to watch, but then I just fell asleep. And then I woke up around 7 and decided to go for a wander for dinner, and I found probably the only Chinese people around for a while at this restaurant called Hong Kong, and yeah, had some fried rice, which is, like, really, for me, is comfort food. Everyone kind of makes it slightly differently, but you can kind of feel it's one of those things where it's just basically you just need rice, and then you kind of can put everything but the kitchen sink in it. Just it's a good way of getting rid of leftovers is just to stir fry it with rice. So it's kind of a reminder of home and family, I guess. So that was nice. I'm feeling maybe a bit vulnerable today, like being surrounded by people constantly the last 3 days, and then today it was like very sudden that I was like all by myself. So I think that's gonna take a while to adjust again, but I don't know. It was also nice to relax and not talk for a bit. But yeah. Tomorrow, where am I off to? Well, originally I was going to Pitlochry and then Aviemore and then Inverness, but I think I've decided to cut out Pitlochry because there wasn't really anything there that I really wanted to see. There's a distillery there and things like that, but I don't think I'm up for doing a tour or a whiskey tasting, so I think I'm gonna skip that and go directly to Aviemore, which apparently is a really cute little town. And yeah, I'm gonna maybe spend a few hours there and then go up to Inverness a bit earlier than I thought. This is a really good angle for me. I'll go up to Inverness earlier, and that would give me more time, because I was always worried that I didn't really give myself very much time in Inverness. I had initially intended to have 2 nights in Inverness, but I misbooked a hotel, and so I ended up only having 1 night. So you know what, I'm happy to have more time there, so I'm gonna take Pitlochry. That's not how you say it, I don't think, but I'm gonna take it off the schedule. You know, I can always come back, but yeah, it's better to go somewhere and be excited about it than, because I was trying to figure out why I really wanted to go there and I couldn't really. And Aviemore, as everyone who's been there has said really wonderful things about it, so I'd rather have more time there and more time in Inverness. So I feel like this is a pointless clip, but it's nice to be able to talk to you again. I was too tired earlier to speak, so I'm glad I took a nap and I was able to jump on, so it's not just another video where I just play, you know, the same music and just do clips and things like that. Yep, I didn't bring any of my yarn. The only project I brought with me knitting wise. No, I brought 2 projects with me knitting wise. The rest, Ellie Skandier, she was kind enough to mule for me back to London, and so I only brought up with me the little yellow sweater, which I bought the Mondem for from La Bien-Aimée, so I'm going to be making that, and I'll see if it's at all possible to get it finished or get decent progress on it. I don't think so, though. It's a very tight gauge, so it's unlikely. So I brought that, and I also brought the Fair Isle socks kit that I bought from Marie Wallen. I'm not sure if I will be working on that at all, since it takes more attention, and I kind of like that this yellow sweater. Well, I like working on bigger things in general, but I like that this is a bit mindless, even though it has a nice center panel detail. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that because I think I'm talking about nothing. Okay, actually, one last thing is that the whole suddenly being very alone thing being kind of stark. It's weird because I live alone usually, but then I realized, like, during my work day I spend a lot of time talking and then during Edinburgh Yarn Festival I was talking every single minute, and so even though I always thought I was very introverted, it turns out I think I like a chat. Like, well, we were always saying, like, at work, whenever I would get interrupted. I always get into a conversation, and so I had to put up, there was a meme that I saw that was basically like a person sitting at a university library with a sign on their back that said like, I have an exam in 3 hours, please don't start a conversation with me because I have very little self-control. So I think that's me, because tonight when I had nobody to talk to, it was kind of like, should I go find people? And like, yeah, it's always very draining, but I like doing it. It's weird contradictions. Okay, well, anyway, I'll sign off on that so I can actually upload something, since I skipped yesterday. I didn't film anything, so you would have seen like me having breakfast. It was a nice relaxing morning. Yeah, I'm gonna really miss that Airbnb. Maureen, who was the host, was honestly the best person ever. She made me breakfast every morning. She was so full of energy. And then before I left, she actually gave me a book which kind of goes through the history of Edinburgh. So I'm gonna maybe read on the train. I think it's gonna be a replacement bus actually. So I have a 2-hour bus ride to Aviemore tomorrow morning. So I will maybe crack into that, unless, I get into knitting. Okay, well, thank you so much for following along so far. I really have appreciated all of the wonderful messages and comments that I've received. I haven't really had time to reply to them all, but I do read them all, and thank you so much for watching and commenting that you've enjoyed it. So thank you, except for the 3 people who dislike the video every time.